Welcome everybody, this is Stackz Gaming. This is Larry. I'm bringing you a deck profile of Newgate. This is the Straw Hat. This is basically, or the Straw Beard version of it. It's basically getting ready for them getting rid of Moby Dick and OB3. But I think this is a better version of it. It's a little bit more consistent. So we'll start off with our counters. We do 3 guard points. I think it's necessary. It comes up a lot, especially if people are playing a kid for that double swing. You just do these 2. You want to do double swing, and then you just do these 2 again. Radical Beam and guard point basically help you stay in the game. It makes 13. Most people swing in for 12, so that's will keep you in the game for sure. Then we do 4 Radical Beams. You're always going to take a life. It's always going to be relevant. I think it's probably the best card in the deck to keep you alive. Then we do our Searchers. You got to do the 4 Namis. There's a little tech I have going on with her. She's pretty good. You always want to open up with like at least a 5-drop Luffy and a 9-drop Whitebeard with like Monaco and her, because this will turn Nami into a 5k swinger. So it's a pretty good turn 1. If you're going second, I mean, it's still good because you can assign more Dawn to it. Probably the best searcher of the deck. You gotta be, if you're playing red, you gotta play Nami. Then Monaco. Basically, you can rest her, target up to a character with the cost of 1 and give it 3,000 power. So that's basically going to just be boosting up your Nami to make her a viable swinger. It's absolutely necessary just to get more punches in. Then we have another 2k counter. Omatama, everybody plays it. It's absolutely necessary. Bring big stuff down. This deck does not play Seaquake and does not play Gum Gum Jet Pistol. I've been thinking about running it. It's a possibility. I'll cut maybe 2 guard points or 1 guard point for a Gum Gum Jet Pistol. It comes up because you don't always want to have to swing into characters to remove the board. So destroying the board without having to swing is ideal. Then another 2k counter. Brook, on play, assign 2 Rested Dawn to a character. I mainly use it as a 2k counter. It's just good to be found through Nami. I played it 1 time to get the extra boost and the extra body on board, but mainly you're going to use it as a 2k counter. And then this is a promo Luffy from set 1. Basically, 2 Dawn X, your turn, this character gains 2,000 power, so he will grow. So you put 2 Dawn on him, this character gains 2. So he becomes a 7k swinger pretty easily. That's probably the only upside about him, but he's just make sure you don't whiff on your Nami searches, so you can always get a 2k counter in your hand. Then we play the Vista. Vista's really good for the board control. Get rid of those weenie blockers. It just allows you to get in and push in. It's going to make sure you get damage in, because you always want to take a life every turn. Or make your opponent use up his hand and just starve the hand. So basically, on play, you destroy a cost of it 3,000 or less. Then you play 2 of these from the film promos from the film Uta. Basically, it's a 4/6. It can be found. It's still a straw hat, so it's 4/6 is really good. Then we do 4 Frankies from the structure deck. Where's the last one? Or 3 Frankies from the structure deck. My bad. 3 Frankies from the structure deck. 4/6 is still really good. It's just another straw hat just to be found. Good 1k counter. Then we play 2 Kingdu. It's necessary, 5/7s, easy vanilla bodies. Especially if you're going first, it's great to play on curve. It's hard for your opponent to get over him. Plus, you're playing 2K counters, so your opponent has to swing 9 minimum into him. So it's just good for your opponent to waste swings on. I think this is the MVP of the deck. Being able to get past blockers. You assign 2 Dawn to him, your opponent cannot activate blockers. Doesn't care about the power or anything, but just as long as he has 2 Dawn on him. He's got Rush no matter what, so if there's no blockers, he's getting in for 6. So the ideal number we want to swing with in this deck is 6 and 7s, but when you're closing out game, you're going to swing 9s and 10s. Then, because there's always a flex spot in this deck, you have 40 Ace, basically the Treasure Cup promo. It has double attack, and it's a 5 for 6. He does not have Rush, unfortunately. If so, this would be super broken. But double attack, I think, is necessary. Most decks right now have some kind of version of double attack. This just helps you catch up when you're playing control in this deck, and you need to take more life because you've been focusing on the board. This will get you there. I want to play another one, there's just not room for it, but I think at 1 is good. And I did see it, and it does work. So the second MVP of this deck would be Ace. On play, minus 3,000 to 2 of your opponent's characters. So it makes basically Vista a lot easier. It'll make your Whitebeard's ability easier to destroy stuff and clean out the board. And he has Rush because your leader is the 4th Emperor of the Sea, Whitebeard. So that's basically he's going to have Rush all the time. That's why he's like, you have to play him. 4 is kind of clunky. I think 3 is good and 2 is just not enough. And then Whitebeard. Most people weren't playing it, but because you have enough protection in this, you will always be able to get down to 2 life and protect at 2 life and protect at 2 life strong. So sometimes, depending on your matchup, you'll protect early, or you can just wait till the back end and then make your leader 8 with him and just have him survive. So he's good to close out the games. You definitely want to see him. And you got to protect your life to make him viable. I think he's really good. I think he's slept on. And most people play him in Zoro anyways. So if he's getting played in red, I think he should just be played in red in general. The fact that the boost until the start of your next turn is really good. And then being able to destroy stuff with the cost of 3 or less. So say you left Whitebeard on the board for a turn and then you play the Ace afterwards. That's basically takes out a lot of your opponent's blockers when he swings and he has 2 Dawn on him, which is easy for curve because not only do you play a 7 drop, you have 3 open, you put 2 on him, and then you can leave 1 Dawn open for guard point or a radical beam. So for the play combination of how you want to manipulate your Dawn, it is viable to make sure you can clear a board. This is the deck profile that I did. Let me know what your thoughts are. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll be doing more deck profiles, and if you want to see gameplay, just leave it down in the comments below.